So we're going to be working on moving the front end around. With a lot of moving the front end exercises, there's a big emphasis on the hind feet staying still. I don't really care about that, not for right now. What I want is for him to demonstrate that when I ask him to move that front end away from me, that he understands to really get out of my space and to yield that space to me. So right now he's drawing into me. That's not what I want. I'm going to stop that forward movement, and I'm just going to kind of take my stick here in my hand, and I'm just going to add a little bit of pressure and hold to see if he can learn how to move through this pressure away from me there, okay? Notice how he kind of got choked up here by the rail. I didn't stop. A lot of people would have stopped, brought him back to the middle where you had more room and continued. It's the worst thing you can do, because if I stop when he gets to the rail, I'm basically saying, good job, that's what I wanted. And so what will happen is he'll just keep running to the rail, hoping that I will stop the pressure. But instead what I did is, even though the rail was there, I just continued on, kept moving. I'm gonna let him figure it out here. Keep moving. I might cluck or kiss, because right now he's not really moving his front end. He's going back to the backing exercise that we did, where he's back in the corner. Right now I want him to move that front end away from me, and so I'm going to push through there. We got to step over where the front end actually moved away. So this is tough, because you can see how he's really getting confused with the backing exercise. And when I say it's tough, it's not like the hardest thing in the world, but it just means that we need to be aware of that and make sure that we are releasing the pressure at the right time. Not when he's just backing around, but when he's actually moving that front end. So I'm gonna go right back to it here. I'm gonna ask him to move that front end away from me. There we go. Very good. I'm gonna give him a rub just so we can really lean into that moment, let him know that that was a good choice. And I'm gonna go back to asking my pony again. So I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna add, push through, he's backing up. There, very good. And I'm gonna give him a rub for that. He made a really good decision there. So I want to kind of finesse this a little bit and see if I can get a little bit better from him of a understanding. I'm going to stick with him here, and I'm just softly using my stick to help me kind of. There, good. That time he really moved that front end away from me, okay? So it's gonna be tough here because the rail's here. I'm gonna push him right towards you guys, past the rail here. He's kind of backing there. That time he actually moved the front end really nice and deep. Nice big deep breath. Actually worked out great. He's got some hay there to reward himself, but I stuck with it until there was clarity. And I'm gonna go back in here one more time. But the key here is not to just, let him muddle the two exercises together, the backing up and the moving the front end. I just gotta stick with it until he makes the right decision, which actually is moving that front end and not just backing around in a circle. So here we go, I'm coming again. I'm just gonna add pressure here. Now, if he gets over me, I'm gonna hook him back, say, no, sir, no, there. And I'm gonna kind of stick with him here. I'm gonna cluck and kiss. There we go, good. Now I'm gonna go right back to it here. There, almost, not quite. There we go. That was more of a deeper lateral movement. Here's the difference, guys. We don't want backing up, okay? We really want him to move over. That front end is really just moving away from you nice and quietly. When we are very particular, and I won't say particular because it's not that we're going to nitpick at him until he gets it. It's really that we're just going to keep asking consistently with clarity until he makes that right decision. And so he could choose to keep backing up, and that's okay, but I'm going to keep asking with a sense of clarity that will motivate him to keep trying more answers until he maybe just stumbles across the right answer. But the moment he does, I take the pressure away to let him know he made a good choice. I am going to ask him one last time here because I want to make sure we have some clarity in what we're asking here. Even though the rails here, can you move that front end over? And the answer is yes. Very good. Good job. Good pony.